Welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today we're diving into the Nasdaq, a key index to watch for any investor in today's market. Let's start with the news surrounding the Nasdaq. A quick glance at the recent headlines will shed light on the factors influencing the market. The Nasdaq 100 NDX has entered a correction territory following a strong performance in the first half of 2024. This correction has been attributed to factors such as fading AI tailwinds, subpar earnings from tech giants like Amazon and Intel, and a disappointing jobs report. Despite the correction, many analysts remain optimistic, with several predicting the index to end 2024 at or above current levels. Bank of America and Deutsche Bank are bullish on the stock market due to the Fed's success in tightening monetary policy and cooling inflation. JP Morgan, however, is the biggest outlier, forecasting a 10% decline in the Nasdaq 100 by year-end due to high valuations, rising interest rates, and a potential recession. The market is now pricing in a 63% chance of a half-point rate cut from the Fed, up from 50% on Friday. This shift in expectations comes after the release of the Empire State Manufacturing Survey, which showed a surprising increase in manufacturing activity in New York, exceeding economists' expectations. While the survey indicates a modest increase in orders and shipments, inflationary pressures haven't eased significantly. However, with a potential Fed rate cut looming later this week, companies grew optimistic about improving conditions in the months ahead. On Tuesday, Wall Street will be looking at retail sales data, which could influence the Fed's decision and potentially trigger a larger-than-usual rate cut. This week's Fed meeting will be a crucial event, as the central bank is expected to begin its rate-cutting cycle. The market's focus on the Fed's actions has led to a decline in bond yields, with the yield on the 2-year Treasury note falling to its lowest level since 2022. Earnings season is drawing to a close, with some of the most interesting results coming from HVAC and water system stocks. Wedbush analysts upgraded Zillow Group, ZG, shares to outperform from neutral, citing favorable trends in the housing market and the recent drop in mortgage rates. All these developments are contributing to the current market landscape and influencing the Nasdaq's performance. Now, let's turn our attention to the charts to get a technical perspective on the QQQ's price action. The daily chart presents a fascinating picture of the QQQ's price action over recent months. Starting with the broader trend, we see a clear upward trend, although with some recent volatility. The QQQ has been trading above its 200-day moving average, a key long-term support level, for the majority of the year. This suggests that the long-term trend remains bullish, despite the recent pullback. Looking at the last few months, we can identify key support and resistance levels that have been tested and respected. The QQQ has bounced off the 350 level multiple times, suggesting strong support in this region. On the other hand, the 380 level has acted as a key resistance, with the QQQ struggling to break through it consistently. This suggests that traders are cautious about pushing the price beyond this level. Currently, the QQQ is trading around the 370 level, which is close to the 50-day moving average. This level could act as a potential support zone if the price continues to decline. However, if the price breaks above the 380 level, we could see a renewed bullish move. There is a potential correlation between the recent news events and the chart data. The recent pullback in the Nasdaq 100 NDX and the QQQ's price action could be attributed to the fading AI tailwinds and concerns about a potential recession. However, the market's optimistic outlook based on the Fed's anticipated rate cut could be reflected in a potential rebound in the coming weeks. Let's move to the hourly chart to gain a better understanding of the QQQ's short-term price action. Now, let's shift our focus to the 1-hour chart, where we can see a more granular view of the QQQ's short-term price action. This chart provides insights into the immediate direction of the market and helps identify opportunities for short-term trades. The recent pullback in the Nasdaq 100 NDX is clearly visible on this chart, with the QQQ dropping from the 380 level to the current price around the 370 level. This downward trend is accompanied by increased volatility, as seen in the large swings in price. The 1-hour chart suggests that the QQQ might be headed towards the 360 level. However, we must remain cautious as the market is in a state of flux. The potential Fed rate cut later this week could provide a bullish catalyst for the QQQ. However, if the price breaks below the 360 level, it could indicate a stronger bearish trend. We need to closely monitor the price action and volume to determine the next move in the short term. Let's zoom in on the last few days of the 1-hour chart to see if we can spot any significant patterns or reversals. Zooming in on the last few days of the 1-hour chart allows us to identify a potential reversal pattern. The QQQ dropped from the 380 level to the 360 level, but then bounced back towards the 370 level. This suggests that the price might be finding support at this level. Furthermore, the volume has been decreasing during this recent bounce, which could indicate a weakening of the bearish momentum. The 1-hour chart shows a potential consolidation phase, with the QQQ trading in a narrow range between the 360 and 370 levels. This could suggest that the market is waiting for a catalyst to break out. If the Fed cuts rates later this week, it could provide the catalyst for a bullish breakout. However, if the price breaks below the 360 level, it could indicate a continuation of the bearish trend. Let's transition to the 15-minute chart to see if we can catch any subtle signals in the short-term price action. Looking at the 15-minute chart, we see a more volatile picture of the QQQ's price action. The 15-minute chart reveals rapid fluctuations in the QQQ's price, indicating high short-term volatility. These fluctuations can present opportunities for quick trades, but they also require a high level of attention and quick reflexes. Currently, the QQQ is trading above the 470 level. This level could act as potential support if the price drops. However, if the price breaks below the 470 level, it could signal a further downward move. The 15-minute chart shows a lot of back-and-forth action with no clear direction. The price is moving in a narrow range, and the volume is relatively low, suggesting a consolidation phase. The market seems to be waiting for a trigger, which could come from the Fed's decision later this week. If the Fed cuts rates, we could see a bullish breakout, potentially pushing the QQQ above the 480 level. However, if the price breaks below the 470 level, it could signal a continuation of the downward trend. Let's recap the important price levels to watch for both short-term and long-term traders. The 360 level on the 1-hour chart could act as a potential support zone if the QQQ continues to decline. However, if the price breaks below this level, it could indicate a stronger bearish trend. On the other hand, if the price breaks above the 370 level on the 1-hour chart, we could see a renewed bullish move. The 380 level on the daily chart has acted as key resistance in recent months. If the QQQ manages to break above this level, it could signify a strong bullish signal. The 350 level on the daily chart has been a consistent support zone for the QQQ. A break below this level could signal a shift in the long-term trend to bearish. The 470 level on the 15-minute chart could act as potential support if the price drops. However, a break below this level could signal a continuation of the downward trend. The 480 level on the 15-minute chart could act as resistance, but if the Fed cuts rates, we could see a breakout above this level. It's essential to monitor the price action and volume closely on all timeframes to understand the market's direction. The Fed's decision later this week will be a significant catalyst for the QQQ's price action. Stay tuned for more insights and updates from Explain the Charts.